I am thinking of one, and you probably know which one I'm thinking of because it's my favorite anime. Sailor Moon has a lot of massive culture aspect. Jimmy Choo, a designer brand, only a few years ago, made an entire designer shoe collection, which I would love to own, but they're so expensive.
Of course, it's a designer.
Based off the shoes of the Sailor Senshi, and there's beautiful boots that are basically Usagi's boots. Oh, they're stunning. What I wouldn't give to own them someday, but no.
Not gonna happen.
Never gonna happen in my lifetime. Honestly, there's better things I'll spend my money on.
Now, if someone got them to you as a gift,
I'd be questioning where they got the money to get them, but I would not say no. But like, there's also the Sailor Moon Museum, which is actually, my friend that's actually going on tour at the end of the year for the rest of the world. It was only in Japan, and it's actually still there. They do have the boots. The boots will be there in the museum because there's the boots, loads of the costumes, loads of different items like toy merch back from Japan and stuff. And Sailor Moon is very much an icon, a culture.
And if we're talking about a specific influence in anime, it definitely contributed to a more combat-focused magical girl genre.
Yeah.
Because prior to that, it was predominantly like slice of life.
Yeah, and I do know the creator didn't have as much popular work in the years after it.
She was a bit of a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, well, she did get married to the creator of Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, and she kind of stopped working.
Back then, that was normal.
Although she does work with him a bit in terms of...
Oh, no, she helps him because he is sick a lot and stuff, and she helps him.
Yeah, so she does there was a character I saw in Hunter x Hunter, which I was like, I swear that...
Oh, yeah, you showed it to me, I'm pretty sure, and I went, yeah, that is her work. But see, back then that was more common for women to retire when getting married and be housewives. So that was just the time. I think that only kind of ended when we were in secondary school sometime. It was getting more common.
I don't know if it's even in Japan.
No, it is more women do actually stay working in Japan now.
But probably still less than in Western countries.
Getting a good bit, I would say.
Okay. I don't know the specifics, but what I was going to say even about Sailor Moon, though, was even Sailor Moon had its own influences.
Of course it did, because everything at the end of the day is inspired by something.
Yes, like for instance,
like you said, Sama Tezuka was inspired by things.
By Disney movies.
Yeah, by Disney movies.
And I was going to bring up another neat little example. So one of the first magical girl anime that were ever made was called Sally the Witch.
Okay.
It was a black and white series, obviously.
I thought you were going to say Cutie Honey for a second.
No, so Cutie Honey is one that people debate, is it even a magical girl series? It's got a lot of the tropes of magical girls.
I don't think it is either, from what you kind of told me about it. But...
It does have magical girl transformation sequences.
Yeah, but that could just be because it's fun to do.
Possibly. But anyway, so the point... What was I saying about all that? No. Oh yeah, so Sally the Witch. So Sally the Witch was actually inspired by Bewitched from America.
Oh yeah, Bewitched. I actually remember watching a little bit of Bewitched when I was a kid, and I really liked Bewitched.
That must be a really old series.
It is,
though.
But it was Ireland is old, lads. A lot of old series played on our TVs when we were younger.
Ooh, I'm trying to remember. I can't remember too much about that, but it wouldn't surprise me.
No, yeah, a lot did. I remember.
Did it hold up?
They did. Yeah, I remember liking it as a kid, and I remember watching the genie one about the genie.
Oh shoot! My parents bring that one up all the time.
Yeah, I remember watching the genie one as a kid, really liking that one as a child.
Jeez, what the hell was that called? I've seen parodies.
I actually have it on DVD.
Really?
Yeah,
like the whole series?
Yeah, I have the entire set. I just haven't watched it in full. But I remember I picked it up, and I remember always meant to like sit down and watch it. I just haven't got around to it yet. But I actually have it. I didn't buy it. I only bought it a few years ago. I say only about the last 2 years. I got it when I.
Oh, so it must be like a recent release of a DVD.
I don't know. It's just I got it in H&M or Golden Disc, wherever the one in town is. They just had it. They just have box sets of old series sometimes. They used to have Bewitched there, and I wanted that as well, and it was no longer there when I...
You know what I'd love is Sally the Witch if it was there. But that's probably not going to be there anytime soon.
No, that's an... Probably
anime,
not. That's
yeah.
no, not animes. They don't have animes there.
It's a very important anime series, but
But they don't have animes on Golden Disc.
yeah. Wait, they don't have any? Not even like...
Not anymore.
Huh.
No, to buy anime, you pretty much have to go to like specific stores or Amazon or something.
Interesting. I would have thought they'd at least have like Studio Ghibli stuff there and stuff.
Maybe they do. If they did, I don't think they do though.
Like they didn't have any release for Boy and the Heron?
Maybe. I mean, if they did, I haven't seen it there at all.
Okay. That's fair.
And me and my boyfriend do go sometimes because we like... They do have K-pop albums though, because K-pop albums have actually gotten popular.
Yeah, and
But they don't have some of my favorite groups. They only carry groups that they know would pretty much sell.
do they sell vinyl still?
They do. Vinyls have made a comeback in the last couple.
God, that was a scream off of you.
That's because vinyls have made a massive comeback in the last couple of years. A lot of people actually want vinyls.
Anime Limited are releasing a bunch of vinyls.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, a lot of people actually really like vinyls now.
It is interesting. I don't know the
vinyls
specifics.
Made a comeback. I think it's because I've read somewhere before that vinyls is the best way to listen to music recorded. I don't know how true that is.
Well, I know there's a difference between analog and digital with it, but I don't know the
there's
specifics
something
of that.
they say vinyls is the best way to listen to music. I personally, I think I would like to get a vinyl machine, like a vinyl record machine sometime, because I would be interested. I just have nowhere to put one.
I think the vinyls themselves are quite expensive.
They are very expensive because my boyfriend his dad has one, the vinyl machines, and every Father's Day, last year and this year, the day before Father's Day, I had to go to town with him and help him pick out a record for his dad.
And with regards to vinyl, I might be wrong. Is it somewhat limited in terms of the amount of storage it has?
Well, it has an
Compared
entire
to-
album. All the albums are on them.
And how long is an album?
Depends. Some could be like a little bit under an hour. Like some could be.
And what would be like longer examples of
Well,
ones?
Taylor Swift Torch's Department was on vinyl. I'm pretty sure that's not. Well, no, some could be like 40 minutes. It depends. 30 minutes. It honestly depends.
Do you ever get like the 2 hours?
I don't know. I actually have never researched vinyls enough to know that.
I don't know much about vinyls myself. That's part of why I'm asking.
But most albums aren't even 2 hours.
Yeah, but yeah.
So that's kind of silly to say because Taylor Swift's Tortured Poets Department album was a very long album, which was unusual.
So I remember watching a YouTube video a long while ago, actually. It was from, I'll give them a shout out because, again, they're bigger than I am and, you know, whatever.
Oh, fuckers. Why did I do that? Like, oh, I didn't know. I thought I couldn't rotate for a second.
It is early enough. Do you want to start again?
Yeah.
But it's from a YouTube channel called Hat Films, and they were playing a digital version of Monopoly, and they were playing with a guy called Sips, and Sips was telling them about this you know how there's like book clubs and stuff, you know, like where people read a book and then meet up to discuss it.
Yes, I do know book clubs. Yes.
Yeah, so he had essentially was part of like a music club like that, where they'd listen to music and then talk about it.
Why did I do that?
And the way it worked, from what he described, was that they would have to research where the album, like what was on the album, and they have to like make their own album of the original album and listen to it like straight through, like several times before they start talking about it. And one of them was pointing, like one of the Hat Films members was saying, like it's a hard mindset to get back to, the idea of just sitting back listening to an album, because like today obviously we want to be like doing like things while we listen to music. That's certainly how I do it.
Yeah, I think that's how most people do it.
Like I have a playlist on YouTube that I've made myself that I play whenever I'm working, unless, like, for instance, I can't really play it while I'm editing because I need to listen closely to the sounds in editing.
Sometimes if I'm playing a video game and I'm doing like a lot of like just leveling up, I actually do listen to music.
Yeah, I did that recently as well, actually.
I'm actually going to retry that because
I was near the end of a game called My Time at Porsche, which is kind of like a life simulation game. It's in the vein of those farming games, but it's not really about farming. It's actually more about crafting. And that was good response speed.
Yeah, I don't know how I did that.
You actually did quite well there. What was I saying anyway with regards to all that? So, he was just saying, like, you know, it's a hard mindset to go back to, like the idea of just sitting down and listening to a whole album. Like, just put it on and just listen.
Another long thing. I fucked up. Yeah, I fucked up. I was doing so well. That's our point. Like, I had something built up, and then I got messed up.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what this mode is about, isn't it? It's designed so that the players are screwing with each other. You know?
True.
Like, there's a few things you can pop that, like, give you benefits, but a lot of them are, like, screw over your opponent in some way. You know?
True. Like, the tiny one isn't really helping me right now, but sure.
You did say you like to store 1 or 2 of them just to...
That's why I'm storing that one up there. That's why, because it'll help me in a little bit.
Okay, a red one is coming up, which you could slot into the right.
Oh my god, I'm trying to figure out. Oh. Shit.
So after this one, you could slot... Oh, you can do that as well, actually. That also works.
No. I'll actually just have to sacrifice it, sorry.
But,
It's okay, because I'm going to get that, whatever that does.
But yeah, everyone gets influenced. I was just talking to you earlier about the fact that the original Star Wars movie is inspired by... or was it you or someone else, actually?
I don't think it was me. I think it was someone else.
Oh, was it last weekend with the others?
Maybe.
I might have mentioned it then.
I think you might have.
But I was talking about how the original Star Wars movie is inspired by the Japanese Akira Kurosawa samurai movie called The Hidden Fortress.
Yeah, I think that was...
And it's not 1-for-1. Like, you know, it's clearly not a remake at all. Like, Star Wars isn't a remake of Hidden Fortress. But there are a lot of similarities, and so you can...
Oh my god!
You can definitely see the influences. Like, if you sit down and watch it with that in mind. It's interesting. I would encourage people who are really big into Star Wars to check it out. It is interesting to watch at the very least. You didn't do badly that time. What I was going to say was... I haven't actually talked about animals really yet much. I mentioned butterflies, but besides that...
Oh my god!
Petra knows Caitlin.
I know.
They're your favorite, aren't they?
Yeah.
Actually, you're doing kind of alright with them. That was a score vacuum, Caitlin.
Was it? Are you sure?
If you turned it the other way, Caitlin.
I know. Oh no!
That actually worked.
I was afraid I didn't move it on time. But I actually did. Ah, fuck's sake. How am I in the lead? He's going to beat me though. I'm not going to get this in time.
That's part of why I went quiet, because
Yeah.
I was hoping that you'd...
No.
And you can try, but it seems
No, I'm not going to
unlikely.
win. That's so fucking...
You got close, though.
Yeah.
I feel like if you put a piece upwards, whereas if you put it downwards, I think that might have been the decider. Okay, so actual animal talk, folks. I'm sorry, I got quiet because I was like, is Caitlin going to do this? So, with regards to animals, so... What's an interesting little bit of animals to talk about? Well, here's a good one, actually. I don't know if I've talked about this before.
Nicely there.
Um,
Nicely there.
just sorry for asking you something, Caitlin, but have I talked about big cats versus small cats before?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll talk about it then. So, big cats and small cats. So, there's a line on the English Wikipedia, which is hilarious. It's correct, but it's still bizarre to hear. But it's talking about cougars.
Yes.
Not the cougar you're thinking of.
I was messing. You joke. But yes.
I know. That's the thing a lot of people like to bring up. But the cougar is described as a large, small cat. And you might be thinking to yourself, folks, large, small cat? What does that even mean? Like, why not just say large cat? Why not just say small cat? Why do you need to have both in there? Or medium? Why is it not a medium cat? Well, there's a reason for that, folks. And the reason is they are... So the definition of a large cat versus a small cat isn't actually defined by their size. Which means you can get, like, inconsistencies. Instead, it's actually defined by their... the bone around their...
Yeah, I'm not what.
Larynx? The vocal cords. So, some cats evolve to have very flexible bone around their vocal cords, and these are the cats that can roar. Whereas a lot of the cats we think of have rigid bones around the vocal cords, and those cats, they can't roar. They can purr, but they can't roar. And so, a lot of the animals that we think of, like, first off, I think it's fair to say that no one's going to look at the domestic cat and think it's a large cat. Like, that's not...
It's not?
Not a realistic expectation. But someone might look at a cougar or a cheetah and think they're a large cat. Right? And
Well,
then...
aren't they?
They are a small cat.
Oh.
They're a large small cat, but they're considered a small cat.
Okay.
And so the large cats, actually, there's a lot less large cats than you would expect.
I don't think I'm going to save myself here.
How would that last move? Sorry.
No, I just...
But, so if you want an example of what large cats are in the world, I believe there's only 7 groups of them left. So, I'll start with the famous ones, I guess. So, tiger, lion, leopard, jaguar, snow leopard. Those are the main large cats. You also then have what are called clouded leopards, which, despite the name, they're not leopards, per se. They're part of the big cat family, but they're not, like... I think a lion is more closely related to a leopard than a clouded leopard would be to a leopard.
Okay. Oh.
But yes, so... The all other cats, besides those...
Shit. Oh! Ah!
Well, you can work your way down to it. But all other forms of cats are considered small cats, regardless of their size.
Oh, fucker!
And so, I'm sorry. Imagine if someone's using this as like an educational piece, and then Caitlin just comes in at ever.
I curse a lot. No.
She does, yeah, and I've grown used to it. It's just who she is.
Yeah.
Cursing's in the blood.
When I was younger, though, my mom used to give out to us. I used to say sugar instead of...
Yeah, you actually talked about this one time.
Sometimes I do still say sugar out of habit.
You never say sucra?
No.
That's Irish for sugar, I believe.
I know it. Yeah, it is, but no, I don't say that because...
I don't actually speak Irish, folks.
Neither do I.
Um,
Wheeler, I gone on letters toilet. I know that, and I do know if an Irish person tells you a phrase in anything and you're American, do not believe them. They are lying to you. Whatever they tell you something means, they are lying.
I feel like that's a lot of countries.
No, Ireland's favorite. I don't know if it's other, but I know it's definitely here. The Irish people have some kick of telling Americans something is. It mean an Irish phrase is something nice, and it means something actually completely different or stupid and ridiculous.
Ah.
Or they tell you, oh yeah, that's a compliment when it's actually like an insult.
Mm-hmm.
They think it's great. They think it's great.
Did I ever tell you, just on some... It's not quite the same, but it's very similar to that. So do you know the actor Colomini?
Oh fuck! What does he do?
Well, he's an actor for one. He's Irish, which is why I thought there might be a chance you'd know him.
Yeah, no.
Let's see, what's he known for? Did you see Get Him to the Greek?
No.
Okay, what else has Colomini been in that's kind of like generally well known?
I probably just haven't listened to any of his stuff, Owen. I'm going watch any of his stuff.
Hang on, I'll look up and see what his most famous movies are.
I heard of Get Him to the Greek. I've never watched it. And I don't know what it's about, but I have heard of it. If that helps.
Okay, let's see what he's known for. That you might know. Because there's a very specific reason why I know him. Oh, congrats to him, actually. This year he won he was given the Irish Film and Television Academy's Lifetime Achievement Award.
Oh, good for him.
In terms of movies, let's see. So, I don't know if you know the Barrytown trilogy. Those are Irish movies, so you might not know them. They're The Commitments.
No. I can tell you that right now. No.
The Snapper and the Van. Okay.
No. No.
Oh, he was in Last of the Mohicans. I can't even remember him in that, actually.
What the fuck?
What's happened?
Fast mode, which I absolutely can't stand.
What else is he known for? I just saw that he was in a movie that a lot of people think is one of the worst animated movies ever. Norm of the North. Do you know that one?
No.
It's seen as a very low quality animated movie.
Okay, I've actually never heard of it, I'm gonna be honest.
It's animated, so you might actually watch it.
Just because it's animated doesn't mean I'm gonna watch it.
Let's see. TV. What's he been in TV that you might know? He was in 2 episodes of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I haven't watched it, but I know of it, yes.
Okay.
Like, I've watched like a few episodes. That's actually a lie. I've watched like 1 or 2, but I'm gonna be honest. I feel loads of my friends love that show, and I couldn't get into it.
Wait, which one? It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I know it's very popular for memes.
Yeah, I really wanted to try to get into it.
I know that feeling. There's a lot of things I've had like that where I want to get into something, but I just can't.
Yeah, I don't know why. I felt bad because so many friends really like it.
Did you ever see Hell on Wheels?
No. Never even heard of it.
Okay. Okay, well, I guess at this point I can just tell you how I know him, because it's probably one of the things he'd be well known for. He's in a lot of Star Trek.
Okay, but I remember this as well, Owen. I haven't really watched Star Trek.
Yes, which is why I was trying to go with other stuff before, like, talking about his Star Trek stuff.
Okay, fair.
But the reason I'm bringing him up is because he actually said an Irish curse in one Star Trek episode, and because no one there knew what it meant, they just left it in, even though it was entirely inappropriate for the time that it was airing.
That's the joys of being Irish, isn't it? When no one... See, a lot of people don't speak Irish besides...
Now, I think people these days probably know the term, but this was back in, like, the mid-90s. He said B-O-L-L-O-C-K-S.
Poke Mahone? No.
What?
No, Poke Mahone is something else, I think. What did he say?
B-O-L-L-O-C-K.
I don't even know what you're saying.
It's another term for a man's ballsack. You know what word I'm saying?
No, you know I'm terrible at Irish. I didn't even... I got exempt from it from the Leaving Cert. You are aware.
I'll write it out. It's just a thing, folks. I can't really say curse words.
Yes, but they're not going... No. Oh, yeah.
How embarrassing. Of course I won.
That's not even a curse word. I say bollocks on its own.
Okay, so that's the word.
Like
Kathlynn just gave us an example
Yeah,
of the
if
word.
you fuck up, you go, oh, bollocks.
Yeah. And that's what happened in Star Trek. He in the show, his character was fixing like a transporter, and something snapped, and he shouts that word, and
Which he basically just shouted bollocks. I don't even think bollocks is really...
he just shouted that, yeah, and no one there like had any idea what it meant.
Well, yeah, probably not, but don't worry, I don't think... It's not even a bad word.
Oh, how about if I how bad is the swear? And let's just see what it says, because I don't know too much about it myself. It's generally considered a mild to medium strength swear word in English.
Yeah.
While not as mild as darn or shoot, it's not considered one of the most offensive swear words.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But still, I think saying a word like that was still kind of inappropriate on the time slot that
Yeah, okay, fair. Yes.
that Star Trek was. So that's something he snuck in. Don't know if he had any regrets about it though.
Oh, no, I can guarantee you he did not. He probably did it on purpose.
Yeah. He's like, no one's gonna know what I'm saying.
Yeah, he probably thought it was fucking hilarious. Guaranteed. And you know what? He's right. It was hilarious.
You haven't even seen it. I remember my parents being so taken aback when he said it in the show.
I don't even, it's not even a bad swear word, like.
But they were just not expecting it at all.
Well, yeah, fair. If you're not expecting it, that is true.
They're like, did he just say...
I still lost by a glove.
Yeah, he's like... He's one of, like, the most... Like, in terms of episode numbers, he's, like, one of the most of Star Trek ever. Like, actually, I'm curious. I know he's not the most, because there's a different actor who has that record, but... Who was in the most episodes?
No, that's not where I wanted to go. I thought I...
Yeah, so Colomini actually has the record for second most number of episodes of Star Trek
Okay.
that he was in. And the reason for that is, I don't know how much you know about Star Trek.
Nothing really. It's something I never really got into, honestly.
That's fair.
So I know very little on it.
What I will say is that Star Trek is one of those things where the series can be quite different to each other, so if you didn't like one, that doesn't mean
I
you
just
don't...
never got into it. I just think it was just something that never really interested me as a kid. So something...
So I will say, like, if you want one that's like darker and grittier, Deep Space Nine is great.
No, I'm saying space shows in general
Oh, okay.
was something that never really interested me that much. I like them the odd time now and again, but like I like Star Wars, like and stuff like that. But like, as you know, I got into Star Wars later in life. It's like,
Yeah.
but still to this day,
I feel like there's a lot of spaceships in Marvel, though.
yeah, Marvel's more superhero to me, so it gets a pass.
Like, in Captain Marvel, for instance, there was a
Yeah,
lot
but
of,
that's
like...
more of a superhero movie.
Okay. That's fair, I guess. But anyway, so the reason that Colomini has so many episodes is because he was a major, like, guest actor in The Next Generation, and then he was a main cast member in Deep Space Nine, which
Okay.
combined added up to a ton. Now, it's not able to beat Michael Dorn, who was a main cast member in the Next Generation, and then later became a main cast member in Deep Space Nine. Sorry. Maybe I should just go talk about animals again.
Yeah, please do.
Uh,
I'm not really interacting with your conversation because I'm focusing,
yeah, that's fair.
trying to fucking focus you. I'm two. Oh, I'm not. Well, okay, apparently I'm winning, but I don't think I'll win for long.
We'll have to see. If you could get him to, like... No, okay. I just saw the move he made. It wasn't as much as I thought it was, actually. Maybe you could do it. But animals. So, how about we talk about vertebrates? Because, you know, that's an interesting little area of the animal world. So, vertebrates. So, I think everyone knows, like, your vertebral column. Your spine, essentially.
Yes.
And the thing is, a lot of animals don't have that. They literally don't have a spine. The spine is a defining trait of vertebrates. And...
No.
Yeah, I was about to say if you can get that one in. Not the bit. If you had a vacuum suck, you might be able to pull through, but you don't.
No.
Sorry, I was just getting quiet there because
Yeah,
it was
I
near the end.
Yeah, definitely lost anyway.
What the hell? Started doing attacks after the timer went. Do you see that?
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I don't know.
But, what was I saying anyway about animals? Oh yeah, so vertebrates. So, vertebrates, really fascinating group. A lot of the animals we think of these days are vertebrates, even though they make up a very small number. I think they were saying, like, of all animals in the world, only 3% of them are vertebrates.
Okay.
Meaning 97% of them aren't. So, that's quite a remarkable thing. And just another reminder, you don't have to respond to anything I'm saying, Caitlin. If you just want to put your 100% focus on this,
Yeah.
go ahead and do so. So, there's the vertebrates. So, the vertebrates, like most life on Earth, originated in the sea. And they went through several phases.
Very
So
hard when I can't see.
the first thing that I would say is we'll start off with the fish, because in a way the fish are the most basal of all vertebrates, but they can be broken up in 3 different groups. So you have the jawless fish, which there's not that many of them in the world, I think. I think the most famous one is a lamprey. But, and I'm trying to remember, is the hagfish part of it as well. But besides that, relatively small group. Then you have a bigger group that's still relatively small in the grand scheme of fish, although it's got much more famous animals as part of it. The cartilaginous fish. In the not kish.
No.
The fish that have cartilage. And 2 very famous groups of cartilaginous fish are sharks, which I think everyone knows what a shark is.
Yes. Oh, that was just the controller falling.
How'd that happen?
I don't know. I just slid off.
That was weird. Everyone knows what a shark is, and I think everyone also knows what a manta ray is.
I did not realize that got really big, so...
It did, yeah. And those are probably the 2 most famous members of the cartilaginous fish. And then you have the bony fish. The bony fish make up the vast majority of all fish life.
I don't like that. I wasn't going to recover.
Okay. And the vast majority of bony fish, like... Okay, so I won't spend too long on one of them, even though they're by far and away the larger group of fish. But the majority of fish come under the category of ray-finned fish. And most fish you can think of fit into that category. Goldfish, guppies, pufferfish, anglerfish, mackerel, barracudas, clownfish, like in Finding Nemo. They're all ray-finned fish. So they're a very large group, very diverse. Now, the other group I want to talk about is technically smaller, but is probably more relevant to the discussion of vertebrates here, due to its odd form of diversity. So you also have the lobe-finned fish. So the lobe-finned fish are fish that, you know, instead of using... Sorry folks, just a quick yawn there. Instead of having ray fins, they have lobe fins. And lobe fins aren't as good for, like, swimming in general. They are more advantageous, I believe, when it comes to, like, interacting with the soil. But, you know, that's obviously still a very limited thing underwater. And so in terms of the fish that we would often think of as being part of that group, easily the most famous is the coelacanth. Easily. But you also have the lungfish, which, you know, is in the name. They do in fact have lungs, so they can actually breathe air if they want to. Which is kind of interesting. But the real relevance then, folks, is what came after that. Because off of the lungfish came the first tetrapods. Tetrapods meaning like four-limbed animals. And these four-limbed animals include all modern groups of amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. All tetrapods can be put into those groups today. So technically, we're fish. We're lobe-finned fish. Now, I mean, I've seen some people that look a bit like lobe-finned fish, but it's not usually the immediate...
I actually, yes, I'm not listening to any of this.
Yeah. So I was a little too proud of that one myself, I think.
Yeah, so I'm not going to laugh at any jokes you make. I probably should say that to you because I'm not listening.
That's fair. So...
In case you're waiting for me to laugh.
No. I don't think I was. So... The earliest, the most basal of the tetrapods, as in the four-limbed vertebrates that went onto land.
Just get rid of it. For fuck's sake.
You do struggle with that one.
I hate the dropping.
What is it about it that you think
it just moves too fast sometimes.
Okay. So you think it's a reaction speed issue?
Yeah.
Okay. Not sure how I can...
No, I don't think you can fix that.
Anyway, so amphibians themselves can be broken up into three groups. And amphibians are interesting in that I would say two of their three groups are pretty famous. Like, everyone knows what a frog and toad is. But, and I would also argue that most people know what a salamander is.
Oh, we're
as well.
we were close by saying he's going to get ahead of me because I'm doing so bad.
You do have 50 seconds left. Maybe you could pull it around, but all you need is one really good combo.
For some reason, I don't know how... Oh, for fuck's sake. Now I'm definitely fucked because I can't really see.
Okay, do you want to restart this one then?
Yeah.
Because he's a bit ahead of you now. So yeah, most people know what salamanders and newts are, as well as frogs and toads. But what most people probably don't know are... I think they're called Sicilians or something like that. Sicilians. So, just to give you an image, folks, you can look up the term.
No!
So there, to give you an image, folks, of what those animals look like. So imagine, if you will, a very large worm that has eyes, and these like two little tendrils around their mouth, and they live in the soil a lot. So like they're not very well known because of the fact that they live in the soil. They're very interesting. Very interesting little group. But yeah, those were the first group of vertebrates to break off.
Nah.
And the next split actually happens somewhat evenly, folks.
It's just more the drop speed, and I hate when that happens.
That's fair. Because it throws you off completely. You did stop him from rotating, which actually stopped him doing a chain there.
Oh, that's good, I guess.
He did recover pretty quickly from it, but did delay him a bit. So what I was talking about? Oh yeah. So the next separation was synapsids and sauropsids. And synapsids consist of all mammals as of today. That's the mammals are the only remaining members of synapsids that are still alive. In contrast, sauropsids are quite interesting. I'll talk about them first because they're quite interesting. So sauropsids divided up into several groups, and easily the most famous of them is the reptile group, and the reptile group is a bit weird, which I'll get onto in a little bit. So with regards to reptiles. So, oh, I think that might be a score vacuum.
I think it is.
Nice. You took all of his points. Okay, we'll see if that helps. Oh
my god.
So with regards to reptiles. So the reptiles are broken up into two different groups again. One side of the family has what's called squamata. And squamata is basically all lizards and snakes that we can think of. So like all lizards are reptiles, not all reptiles are lizards. And as part of that group actually is a sole surviving member of a different group, the Tuatara, which can only be found in New Zealand now, and used to be part of
Oh
this
my god. Fucker.
much larger group of animals.
Ah!
I have a theory on
I
something.
can't see. Oh, and I'm sorry. I'm trying... I can't see now, so I don't know what I'm doing.
Back to what I was saying anyway, folks. So, that's one side of the family. And then the other side of the family broke up into a bunch of different interesting reptile species. So, on the other side, the first animal to diverge was actually the turtles and tortoises, which very interesting in and of themselves. And after that came the archosaurs. And the archosaurs are an interesting group because they consist of two animal groups that most people would never associate with each other, ever. So one is crocodilians, that being stuff like crocodiles, alligators, gharials, all those kind of things. And, you know, very famous animals. The other group are birds. So yes, in terms of living animals, birds and crocodiles are their closest living relatives to each other. And
No! I was...
you can break that. So you can recover. But with regards to all of that, the split did happen before the dinosaurs were even a thing, so they're not closely related at all. Just been a very long time.
Oh, no, okay. Ah, wait, what? I won!
Okay,
Tetris King.
that's why I didn't want to say too much, Caitlin.
I won! I nearly got the vacuum if I just moved better, but like,
You did win.
I won! Just!
Impressive boy.
Okay, sorry, the first thing he says is impressive, boy. You did have auto on.